There is a silent code that transforms an ordinary man into an unbreakable force, and in the 1600s, one warrior cracked it open. He faced over 60 fights to the death and never tasted defeat. His name was Miyamoto Musashi. And his final message was not about swords, but about the three silent diseases that cripple a man from the inside. Before we reveal them, if you're ready to understand true strength, subscribe to Winds of Thought. To grasp his warning, you must first see the man behind the myth. Born into Japan's bloodiest era, he took his first life at 13. By his late teens, he was a legend. But here's what history often misses. Musashi wasn't just a fighter, he was a strategist of the mind. He would dissect an opponent's psyche, uncovering their hidden fears, long before a blade was ever drawn. A modern historian put it chillingly. He didn't win by being the best swordsman. He won by understanding a layer of human weakness his rivals couldn't even see. So what are the three spiritual sicknesses he identified? In his final years, he penned Dakodo, The Path of Aloneness. Within it, he diagnoses the three fatal flaws that drain a man's power. The first disease, the hunger for praise. Musashi warned, do not seek pleasure for its own sake. His insight was profound. He saw that craving validation operates like a drug. A compliment triggers a chemical reward. Soon, you need more and more likes, more approval, just to feel steady. A man who feeds on praise gives his power to the mouths that provide it. The second weakness, the refuge in comfort. Accept everything just the way it is, he wrote. This isn't passive, it's revolutionary. Most men build their lives around avoiding hardship, difficult talks, tough choices, painful effort. But here's the brutal truth. Strength is forged in friction. Neuroscience confirms it. Your brain only rewires itself when pushed beyond ease. Men who flee discomfort cease to evolve. Musashi knew this. He didn't avoid struggle, he pursued it. The third and most corrosive sickness, being ruled by your cravings. Be indifferent to where you live, he advised, pointing to a deeper principle. As long as your impulses command you for lust, for gratification, for distraction, you are not a free man but a reacting creature. Think of the men controlled by their thirst for pleasure, rage, or constant stimulation. They believe they are free, yet they are prisoners inside their own skulls. Musashi mastered his inner world, and that made him untouchable. But his philosophy went deeper. He developed a ruthless practice he called forging in solitude. After his early fame, he made a radical choice: years of total isolation. No family, no lovers, no comfort of friends. Why? He believed a man only meets his true self when there is no one else to hide behind. He trained in mountains, meditated in caves, and confronted what he called the three internal enemies. The first enemy, the whisper of inadequacy, that inner voice that says you can't. The second, the craving for attachment, the need to lean on others to feel whole. The third, the ghost of future fear, the dread of loss and failure. In silence, he waged war on these specters, and won. He then crafted an even more extreme ritual, the daily confrontation with mortality. Each morning, he would meditate and visualize his own death in vivid detail. This wasn't morbid, it was the ultimate mental liberation. By fully accepting the end, he erased all lesser fears. A cognitive expert might say, the fear of death is the root of all anxiety. Conquer that and you become fearless. The result? A transformation so complete, his mere presence could decide a duel. When he faced his legendary rival, Sasaki Kajiro, Musashi arrived hours late, carving his weapon from an oar. His opponent, agitated and exhausted, was already broken in spirit. The contest lasted seconds. True power is not in dominating others, but in mastering the universe within you. From this journey, he distilled 5 principles for invincibility. 1. Let solitude be your mentor. It's in aloneness you hear your own truth. 2. Use discomfort as your fuel. Lean into what others flee. 3. Sever emotional dependency. Need for love, approval, or validation makes you weak. 4. Live as already departed. With death accepted, fear has no hold. 5. Command your impulses. Rule your desires or they will rule you. His ultimate discovery forms a paradox that changes everything. The chasm between a strong man and a weak one isn't measured by what they gain, but by what they can relinquish. The weak need constant approval, distraction, and pleasure. The strong can thrive without them. And that is precisely why those things often flow to them. When you cease to need validation, you become worthy of respect. When you no longer cling to company, people are drawn to you. This is Musashi's core truth. Your moment of choice is now. You can click away and remain as you are, or you can begin your own path. If you've watched this far, you're not like the majority. You want the real transformation. So take one step, like this video, and subscribe to Winds of Thought for more guides to unlocking your potential. And below, write, "My path begins." This is your first commitment. Remember, the journey to